Most people are prisoners of their own thoughts, trapped in cycles of fear, doubt, and distraction. They let emotions control them, excuses define them, and weakness dictate their lives. But if you want to rise above the average, if you want to dominate your reality, you must do one thing: master your mind. This isn't about positive thinking or cheap motivation. This is about war. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. And right now, you decide which one it will be. Discipline is the foundation. Motivation is for losers who need constant hand-holding. Winners don't wait to feel like it. They act. They grind when others quit. They push when others collapse. Every second you spend hesitating, complaining, or doubting yourself is a second your competition is using to get stronger. Weakness is a choice. So is mental toughness. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. You either control your mind or it controls you. Cut out the distractions. The world wants you weak, addicted to comfort, chasing cheap dopamine instead of real power. Social media, negativity, and pointless drama are all designed to keep you from your mission. Eliminate them. Relentless focus is the price of success. You don't have time for excuses. You don't have time for fear. Every thought that doesn't serve your purpose is a leak in your armor. Patch it or bleed out. This is your wake-up call. The difference between champions and losers isn't talent or luck. It's mental dominance. You train your body, good. Now train your mind twice as hard. Pressure, handle it. Failure, learn from it. Adversity, crush it. Your mind is the one thing no one can take from you, but only if you own it. The human mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It is the control center for every action, every decision, and every outcome in your life. Those who fail to recognize this truth remain trapped in cycles of mediocrity and self-sabotage. They blame external factors for their failures, never realizing that the real battle is internal. The mind can build empires or destroy opportunities based on how it is programmed. Weak thoughts lead to weak actions and weak results. Strong, disciplined thoughts forge unshakable focus and unstoppable momentum. The difference between success and failure is not luck or circumstance, but mental mastery. Most people operate on autopilot, allowing their minds to be hijacked by fear, doubt, and distraction. They consume negativity, compare themselves to others, and let setbacks define them. This is the path of weakness. A trained mind rejects these traps. It sees challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and adversity as fuel. The moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your destiny. Every great leader, innovator, and champion throughout history understood this. They didn't rely on motivation or external validation. They relied on mental discipline. Your mind is a weapon, but only if you sharpen it. The untrained mind is dangerous. It will convince you to quit when things get hard, to procrastinate when action is required, and to settle when greatness is possible. It will feed you excuses and rationalizations to keep you small. This is why most people never reach their potential. They let their minds run wild instead of directing them with purpose. You must become the commander of your thoughts. Cut off negativity. Silence self-doubt. Refuse to entertain weakness. The moment you master your internal dialogue, you unlock limitless power. Your environment will test you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will try to break you, but none of that matters if your mind is unshakable. A strong mind cannot be derailed by opinions, setbacks, or temporary failures. It stays focused on the mission no matter what. This is the mindset of winners. They don't hope for success, they demand it. They don't wait for confidence, they build it through action. They don't fear obstacles, they crush them. Your mind determines whether you rise or fall. Choose to rise. The world is full of distractions designed to weaken you. Social media, entertainment, and instant gratification are weapons of mass destruction for focus. They keep people complacent and addicted to comfort. But you are not most people. You recognize these traps and eliminate them. A weapon is useless if it's dull. Your mind must be sharpened daily through discipline, learning, and relentless action. Read, train, plan, execute. There is no room for laziness or excuses. Every thought must serve your purpose or be discarded. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. A strong mind embraces discomfort because it knows growth lies on the other side. Weak minds run from pain and stay stuck. You must condition yourself to endure what others cannot. This is what separates champions from the crowd. They don't avoid hardship, they conquer it. They don't seek comfort, they seek progress. Your mind will try to resist this at first. It will scream for you to stop, to quit, to take the easy way out. Silence it. Push further. The more you train your mind to endure, the more unstoppable you become. Finally, victory starts in the mind. Before you can achieve anything externally, you must first believe it internally. Doubt kills dreams before they even begin. Confidence is built through action, but it starts with a decision. Decide today that your mind is your weapon. Refuse to let weakness in. Reject distractions. Crush excuses. Dominate your thoughts and you will dominate your life. The power was always yours. You just had to claim it. Weakness is a cancer that eats away at your potential. It manifests as fear, doubt, procrastination, and excuses. These are the enemies of progress and they must be destroyed. Every moment you entertain weakness, you give away your power. The strong do not tolerate it. They recognize it for what it is, a barrier between them and their goals, and they annihilate it. You were not born to be weak. You were born to conquer. But that requires a ruthless commitment to cutting out anything that softens your mind or spirit. Comfort is the enemy. Complacency is failure. Elimination is the only option. The first step is identifying your weaknesses. Be brutally honest with yourself. Where do you hesitate? Where do you make excuses? What fears hold you back? Write them down. Look at them. These are the leaks in your armor, and they will sink you if you don't patch them. Most people never do this. They ignore their flaws and stay stuck in the same cycles of defeat. But you are different. You confront weakness head on. You dissect it. You understand it, and then you destroy it. This is not a one-time act. It's a daily discipline. Weakness will always try to creep back in. Your job is to stay vigilant. Fear is the most common weakness. It paralyzes people. It keeps them from taking risks, from speaking up, from going after what they want. But fear is a liar. It exaggerates the consequences of action and ignores the cost of inaction. The strong recognize this. They feel fear, but they act anyway. They know courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward despite it. Every time you face fear, you weaken its grip on you. Every time you back down, you strengthen it. The choice is clear. Attack your fears. Do what scares you. Prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Procrastination is another form of weakness. It disguises itself as patience or planning, but it's really just avoidance. The truth is, you will never feel fully ready. There will never be a perfect time. Winners act now. They understand that momentum is built through movement, not hesitation. If you wait for motivation, you will wait forever. Discipline is what gets things done. Set deadlines. Hold yourself accountable. Remove distractions. Procrastination is the thief of time and the killer of dreams. Don't let it steal your future. Excuses are the language of the weak. They are the stories people tell themselves to justify failure. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I'm not smart enough. These are lies. The strong don't make excuses. They find solutions. They take responsibility for their lives. They know that if something is important enough, they will make it happen, no matter what. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop waiting for permission. Stop pretending you're a victim. You have the power to change your situation. But first, you must stop lying to yourself. Comfort is weakness in disguise. It feels safe, but it's actually dangerous. Growth happens outside your comfort zone, always. If you're not pushing yourself, you're falling behind. The strong embrace discomfort because they know it's the price of progress. They train when they're tired. They work when they're not in the mood. They do what's hard because they understand that's what separates them from the crowd. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Eliminate it. Weakness is a choice. So is strength. Every day you decide which one will define you. The battle is won in the small moments. When you choose to get up early, when you push through fatigue, when you refuse to quit. These decisions compound over time. They shape your character and your destiny. You are not a slave to your weaknesses. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Eliminate it. Weakness is a choice. So is strength. Every day you decide which one will define you. The battle is won in the small moments. When you choose to get up early, when you push through fatigue, when you refuse to quit. These decisions compound over time. They shape your character and your destiny. You are not a slave to your weaknesses. You are the master of your mind. Act like it. Eliminate weakness. Become unstoppable. The modern world is designed to scatter your attention, to fragment your concentration, to pull you in 1,000 directions at once. Every notification, every distraction, every trivial demand on your time is a bullet aimed at your potential. Most people take these hits and bleed out their dreams, one interruption at a time. But not you. You understand that focus is the scalpel that cuts through the noise of existence. When others are lost in the fog of distraction, you see with laser clarity. This is not accidental. Breaking the relentless focus is a weapon you forge through daily discipline, through ruthless elimination of the unnecessary, through an iron will that refuses to be derailed. The difference between mediocrity and mastery comes down to this single skill, the ability to lock in and stay locked in when it matters most. Distraction is the addiction of the weak. Scrolling, clicking, consuming without purpose. These are the habits of people who fear real work, who dread the discomfort of deep focus. They jump from task to task like nervous birds, never landing long enough to build anything substantial. You are not them. You train your focus like an athlete trains their body. You practice concentration in extended, unbroken sessions. You measure your progress not in minutes, but in hours of undisturbed flow. This is where real work happens. This is where breakthroughs occur. The shallow mind skims the surface of life. The focused mind drills deep and strikes oil. Every great thing you will ever accomplish demands this depth of attention. There are no shortcuts. Your environment must be weaponized for focus. The space around you should eliminate distractions, not create them. The people around you should sharpen your concentration, not fracture it. Every object, every app, every relationship either serves your mission or betrays it. Most people surround themselves with focus killers, then wonder why they can't get anything done. You know better. You design your world to pull you toward your goals, not away from them. Your phone is a tool, not a toy. Your workspace is a command center, not a playground. Your time is a non-renewable resource, not something to be wasted. When you sit down to work, you enter a state of total immersion. The outside world disappears. There is only the task and your will to dominate it. The myth of multitasking is the lie that keeps people average. The human brain cannot focus on multiple things at once. It can only switch rapidly between them. Each switch comes at a cost. Each interruption burns precious mental energy. The truly productive don't juggle tasks. They execute them with singular intensity, one at a time. You must become ruthless about this. When you work, work. When you rest, rest. Never mix the two. Half effort produces half results. Full focus produces extraordinary outcomes. The choice is simple. Either you control your attention or the world will control it for you. There is no middle ground. Deep focus is painful at first. The untrained mind rebels against sustained concentration. It will itch for distraction like an addict craving a fix. This discomfort is the price of entry. Push through it. The more you practice focused work, the longer you can maintain it. What begins as a struggle becomes a superpower. Soon hours will pass like minutes. Your output will multiply. Your skills will sharpen. Your confidence will grow. This is how mastery is built, not through occasional effort, but through daily sessions of uninterrupted deep work. The pain of discipline is temporary. The regret of distraction lasts forever. Time management is focused management. Every minute you spend unfocused is a minute stolen from your future self. Most people squander their days reacting to whatever demands their attention in the moment. You must be different. You must attack each day with intention. Plan your focus periods in advance. Guard them like a soldier guards a fortress. Let nothing unimportant breach your walls. Learn to say no to others and to your own weaker impulses. The focused life is not about doing more things. It's about doing the right things with maximum intensity. When you give something your full attention, you give it the chance to become extraordinary. The ability to focus is the ability to choose your future. Every moment of concentrated effort is an investment in the person you will become. Distraction is the tax you pay for lack of purpose. The more clearly you see your destination, the easier it becomes to tune out the noise. This is why vision is so critical. When you know exactly where you're going, every step becomes obvious. Obstacles become smaller, temptations lose their power. Your focus becomes unshakable because your why is undeniable. This is the secret of those who achieve greatness. They don't have better discipline, they have better vision. They see what others cannot, and so they go where others will not. Your focus will always follow your clarity. Sharpen one and the other becomes unstoppable. Motivation is a fleeting spark in the darkness, bright for a moment, but gone just as quickly. It cannot be trusted. It cannot be relied upon. It abandons you when you need it most. Discipline is the unshakable foundation that remains when motivation fades. It is the steel in your spine when your mind begs you to quit. It is the relentless force that drags you out of bed when every fiber of your being wants to stay under the covers. Motivation is for amateurs. Discipline is for champions. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is not talent or luck. It is the daily decision to act regardless of how you feel. The world glorifies motivation because it sells. People want to believe that success comes from a sudden burst of inspiration rather than the grind of consistent effort. They chase the high of motivational speeches and temporary excitement, but avoid the real work. This is why most fail. They wait for the perfect moment, for the stars to align, for some magical surge of energy to carry them forward. That moment never comes. Winners do not wait. They do not need to feel inspired to take action. They understand that discipline is the engine of progress, not motivation. You will not always feel like training, like working, like pushing forward. Do it anyway. Discipline is a choice you make before you need it. It is the contract you sign with yourself in advance, the promise that no matter what, you will show up. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is contractual. One depends on your mood, the other depends on your word. When you operate on discipline, excuses cease to exist. Fatigue does not matter. Distractions do not matter. Setbacks do not matter. The only thing that matters is that you honor the commitment you made to yourself. This is how legends are built, not through sporadic effort, but through unbreakable consistency. The person who trains when they don't want to will surpass the person who trains only when they feel like it. Every single time. Weakness negotiates, discipline does not. The moment you start bargaining with yourself, I'll just skip today, I'll start tomorrow, one break won't hurt, you have already lost. Discipline does not entertain these thoughts. It does not debate. It does not compromise. It acts. The more you give in to weakness, the stronger it becomes. The more you enforce discipline, the easier it gets. This is not about being perfect. It is about being relentless. Miss a day, get back up. Fail, try again. The path to greatness is not a straight line. It is a series of corrections made by those who refuse to stay down. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when everything else tries to pull you back. Motivation depends on external factors: a good day, a pep talk, a temporary high. Discipline is internal. It is the fire you light yourself. No one can give it to you. No one can take it away. It is yours to cultivate and yours to lose. This is why disciplined people are unstoppable. They do not need perfect conditions. They do not need applause or recognition. They work in silence and let their results speak. While others are waiting for the right mood, the disciplined are already miles ahead. The gym is empty on rainy days. The office is quiet late at night. The extra hours, the extra reps, the extra effort. These are where the separation happens. No one is watching. No one is cheering. Discipline does it anyway. The cost of discipline is paid up front. The cost of regret is paid later. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you take out a loan against your future. The interest is steep. The payment comes due at the worst possible moment, when you look back and realize what you could have been. Discipline hurts now, but it saves you from that pain. It is the hard road that leads to an easy life. The undisciplined take the easy road and end up with a hard life. You do not get to choose whether you suffer. You only get to choose when. Suffer now by choice or suffer later by consequence. Discipline chooses the former. Weakness condemns itself to the latter. Discipline is the ultimate form of self-respect. It is the refusal to let your weaker self dictate your future. Every time you follow through when you don't want to, you reinforce your identity as someone who gets things done. Over time, this becomes who you are. People will call you lucky or gifted. They will attribute your success to anything but the truth that you outwork them. Let them believe what they want. Discipline does not need validation. It does not need praise. It only needs action. Day after day, rep after rep, hour after hour. The compound effect of discipline is inevitable. It does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. Motivation will fail you. Discipline never will. The path isn't easy. It never was. But easy is what got you where you are now. If you want more, if you demand more, then take control. Master your mind or stay a slave forever. The choice is yours. Now, act.